What's up, family? Let's start the vlog. So playing with camera setups today. Gonna eat a little protein before I go to the gym. Continue that on the way, but all right, what's up, everybody? Another driving video. I don't know why this is a topic for me or why this is always happening, but I'm always going places. I'm always trying to take action. I'm always trying to go and do things and not stay stagnant, not stay at home when I can go out and enjoy a beautiful life. The topic of this video today is how to understand fear, how to integrate it, and how to live your life without fear. So for starters, growing up, I never really had the biggest concept of fear. I was always naturally a little bit more inclined to take risk, to just go out and put myself in situations that maybe weren't going to be the most safe and be okay with that, meaning going and doing more extreme sports or going and doing dangerous activities, jumping off cliffs, jumping off jumping off bridges, amusement parks, thrill seeking, paintball, contact sports, fighting, stuff like that. Like stuff like being what you would categorize as a manly guy or a boy's boy. So that was me growing up. It wasn't until my recent years, and especially when I hit around 23, when I had my major car accident. I don't think I've ever told this story on the channel, but I had a major car accident. I totaled my old car, and that kind of really put into perspective my mortality. So that made me, for the first time ever in my whole entire life, feel mortal, meaning that I felt that I could die and that my life wasn't always going to continue forever. It was the first huge shock to like my nervous system, obviously, and just my life and my ego, that this could end, and this could end very quickly. Like, kind of really snapped me too physically, because I was like, dude, I could die pretty quickly, and that means that also means that everyone here could as well. So that really shocked me. That really made me feel incredibly mortal. That made me feel like way more aware of dangers and risk and different things like that. And also around that same time, as you know, when you hit 25, especially for guys, you get that prefrontal cortex starts to get fully developed, as they so say. So the fear just set in, man. I had so much trauma wrapped around that one accident that in the moment I didn't even process. So the first step in how to reintegrate fear into your life, and just because at the end of the day, you're still giving energy to fear. Before I say the first step, you're still giving energy to fear, meaning that that energy could be better placed in creating new life experiences, creating new ideas, generating whether you want more money or more wealth or more health or anything like that. It could be used to do that, but you are still choosing to give fear over, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the first step is to be aware of it. You need to do some work, guys. So if you physically had trauma, meaning in my case, I had a pretty bad concussion, and still to this day, like my trap is still kind of tweaked, and I feel like my back muscles tense up, and sometimes that causes me to have tension headaches or to have a little bit of like squeezing in the head. Not quite a migraine, but more of like just, it feels like pressure. So you guys need to, put your ego aside and be able to realize that I have a problem and I had this happen to me and I need to seek help for it and I need to get better with it. That's the first step. Now, the side note to that is when to realize that you have physical problems versus when you have mental problems. And that's a big key, because a lot of the times you can never separate the two, and you might be trying to fight a battle on the wrong front. So that being said, it's important to always notice that, especially for me in my case, I'll speak to you through my perspective because I'm living my life and there's no such thing as a life greater than yours. Shout out J. Cole. So through my life, when I had this accident, and it was the first time in my life where I really felt genuine fear of losing my life, it also gave me a quite beautiful perspective as to like, what am I doing? My life needs to be meaningful. I can no longer do things that don't add to the positive outcomes that I want to have. Like, things changed for me in that moment. Like, I need to be doing things that are positive. I need to be having good experiences. I need to be adding value to people's lives and giving more than I take. That was one of my main takeaways. And as time has gone on, I've slowly built upon that. So when fear or a traumatic event happens to you, you sense that. Also know that the inverse is true as well. It's that your body is telling you, or maybe through another event, your soul is telling you that what you're doing or what you're experiencing right now is something that you must conquer so that you can get your energy back and bring it back into a positive manifestation. That's what I mean by reintegration. So the first step is always being aware of it first and foremost, and getting help and seeking professional or close family friends help with that, whether that looks like going to the chiropractor, getting massage therapy, doing trauma release sessions, doing yoga, working out more, taking more care of your life and your health, going to the gym, changing your eating patterns, changing your eating habits. All these things are what you would call a gross purification of the body, meaning that these things will make the body feel good and operate in homeostasis. This is very, very important because the body follows the mind, and the mind is connected directly to your soul. So if you can heal the body, the mind will also by proxy will get better as well. And a fun fact, if you have eating, I don't want to say eating disorders, but you have eating patterns that result in you having gut issues, 80 to 90% of all your serotonin receptors are made in the gut. And serotonin is the hormone, the molecule responsible for in your body to make you feel good, to make you feel like you are not depressed, not anxious, not angry, you don't have mood swings, you don't have unpredicted weight gain or loss. Serotonin is one of the utmost importance, right next to dopamine, right next to testosterone, right next to all these amazing chemicals that your body makes for you when you're healthy. When you're not healthy, especially if you have a bad gut, because I went through this too, when I transitioned from being vegan into eating a different kind of diet now, that will throw off your stomach. And when that happens, your mind, your heart, and your stomach are three different kinds of brains. Fun fact, I don't want to get off topic, but if your gut is not healed or it's not healthy, you will suffer. And you will suffer for unbeknownst reasons to you. You might think it's because of the actual accident, but your actual stomach is messed up. Guys, take care of that. Take care of yourself. Make it so that you can get help with that. Go to a dietitian, go to someone that knows what they're talking about, do your own research and heal your gut. Number two, once you have noticed that fear is quite literally controlling an avenue of life that you used to have dominion over, that you used to be able to go out and do these things and drive however long you wanted and go on these excursions and go here and talk to these people, but now for whatever reason that fear is sucking that out of you. The number two thing that you need to do after you're aware of it, you have to relentlessly, for lack of a better term, attack that fear and tell yourself to be okay in that situation. Because what happens is the energetic body, the subtle body, retains energy in a way that we have not been taught to understand. The subtle body remembers energy and remembers patterns in your mind that you are not consciously aware of. It's subconsciously happening in your subconscious mind, meaning that you don't have conscious awareness of it. You don't really notice that this is happening, but it's very much happening in a real place. So what happens is your body holds on to the emotions, the energies, the traumas, the reactions, the heart rate, everything, the sounds, the smells of that moment. And if you ever go back into a predictable moment like that, your body immediately knows what to do. It's going to go into fight or flight. It's going to tense up. Your eyes are going to get wider. Your heart's going to beat a little bit more. You're going to feel not at ease. You're going to feel a little bit weird. You might feel like you're having an anxiety attack. You might feel like you're panicking. these things are quote unquote normal, and it's your body trying to protect you, trying to keep you alive. So when you have fear like that, that is one of those byproducts of having a traumatic event, or if you have anxiety, or if you have sadness or depression. Realize that in that moment and use that moment to requalify your thought patterns. Use that moment to requalify that action you had just now. Use that, because that's how you make it to step 2, which is reintegrating that and requalifying those thoughts in your mind. So first you analyze it, you know that it's happened. Second of all, you start taking the steps to attack it and get rid of it. And it's not that, because your body does a really good job at remembering negative things, and not as good as a job, in my opinion, unless you really put emphasis on it, on remembering the beautiful, harmonious moments in your life. Like right now, I bet all of you could remember the absolute worst day of your life. You could imagine when you got fired, when your girlfriend dumped you, if your spouse cheated on you, if your child had a traumatic injury, or if they passed away. You know, all these things, your body remembers that like it happened last second ago, like a day ago. That your body knows that. So by contrast, you need to put some emphasis onto the times that when you were doing the same thing that you're doing now, before the accident, before the traumatic thing that happened, and how you felt then. Because I remember now, I'll speak personally again from my point of view. I used to be able to drive wherever the hell I wanted. I could go to Miami in one time, no problem. I could go up to Georgia, no problem. I could drive. But after I had that accident, it was like my body was screaming at me every time I sat in the driver's seat. Which is another reason why I'm making this video driving, because you know I'm still trying to work on that too. There's still some times where I'll feel like this little like anxiety demon in my head, like, oh no, what's gonna happen? What's this? What's that? Am I gonna have a crash again? And this gonna, like, these things come into your mind. And another good thing to keep in mind, which this might trip you out a little bit if you're not new to this concept, every single every single thought that you have that comes inside of your mind isn't necessarily from you, meaning from source, meaning from the actual truth that's living within you. That's not the case. That doesn't happen. Some of those thoughts are lower frequency vibration things that are still stuck in your body, that are actually trying to create some kind of cognitive dissonance in your mind so they could keep living. AKA, you could think of it as like a parasitic thought or energy or little tiny thing in you that just trying to stay alive for whatever reason. So keep that in mind too, because that has significantly helped me to realize, to separate my thoughts my thoughts that are aligned with truth, purpose, and passion versus my thoughts that are aligned with ego, self-destruction, hate, and anger, and all these negative frequencies that live within us, that are a real part of your human being, and that you should tend to them, and you should mend to them, and you should also hear them out and bring them back in and say, it's okay, it's all right. We're on my train though now. So that is step 2. And the third step, which is something I'm still going for every day, I think everybody every day is trying to work towards this third step, is complete reintegration and learning the wisdom that came with it. Guys, do not skip that part. Learning the wisdom is the whole reason why you are here. Is the whole reason why I am here. I'm trying to learn wisdom from my human experiences. I'm trying to get better. I don't want to come back here. I don't want to come back to the third dimension. I feel like I've been here a very fucking lot of times. And maybe you feel that way too. I need to learn this time around. I want to make this life meaningful. I want to help the people. I want to give my life to the higher purpose. I've made that decision, and that's a decision for you to make too, is to understand that you have a multitude of choices, right? You can use your life for wherever you want it to be. That's why it's your life. That's why it's the present. That's why it is a present for you. But for me, it was a clear decision. Either I go down the path of helping myself and being selfish and being self-entitled, or I go down the path of helping others and being of service to others. I want to help others more than I even want to help myself. I want to give my life away to the people who really love me and are there for me and will treat me like I treat them and some. Like that's my people, that's my community. That's who I'm trying to find through these videos, are people who understand without a fragment of a doubt that they are here on this planet to raise the consciousness, that they want to give their life to the people, that they want to end the suffering happening on this planet, that they want to just stop living in these evil and dark ways that we've been living in for thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years on this planet. We need to raise this up. And that's honestly how I feel why I'm on this planet, is to do that, is to reintegrate, to do these 3 steps, because the experience is going to happen to you whether you want it or not. That's why you are here. You are here to have experiences. You are here to feel things. You are here to live vicariously through them, and maybe even through other people. Why not use that to better the world? Why not use that to better your mind? Why not use that to help your family? All these people have direct correlation and intertwine directly to you. Everyone, I am of the opinion, and I would almost go and say that this is a fact, that we are all intertwined, including the planet. We are all making up this collective consciousness of ideas and beings and actions that have led us to this direction. Some way, shape, or form has led us to what we're experiencing now in life. And you are alive in this moment in time to see and participate in this, and to learn from it and grow from it. Not to just sit there and observe it and let it pass away. If that's you, that's okay. You can be just the outside observer and not choose a team and not want to be able to do anything. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to hate you. I'm definitely not going to stop loving you for that. But me, speaking from my heart and soul, I have chosen the path of serving others, and I want to make, and I'm so invested in not adding any more negative karma to my life or to other people's life, that is the purpose of my life. And I say that freely, and I say that with a lot of love and a lot of respect for myself, and a lot of love and respect for humanity. Guys, that is how you reintegrate fear in your life. And I give you these stories because these are things that have happened to me for some divine reason, to be able to share and give to the people. Because maybe you can learn from me. Maybe you can understand that what I'm saying might have been true for you. Maybe it did resonate within you. Maybe it did make you feel a certain kind of way that is aligned with your truth. If it did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I want to make more videos like this. Right now I'm on my way to the gym, so I figured it would be a good time to set up the camera, talk to the fam, get a unique angle, little side angle, and yeah, just be able to talk to people. And you never know what anyone's going through, guys. You never know what kind of fear, anxiety, or anxiousness, or just straight up depression or doubt that they're experiencing in life. And I don't want to add more to that. That is not okay with me. I've been that person in the past where I would actually not be shy of confrontation, not be shy of offending people, not be shy of physically getting into fights. Like, that is not, that I've never really felt fear for that. But what I do honor without a fragment of a doubt, there goes the firefighters, baby, woo! What I do honor without a fragment of a doubt is the ability to add positivity to other people's life, because that's what this life is to me. I do feel like I've been here many times. I feel like I've learned many lessons, but for some reason or another, I'm alive right here, right now, in this century, in this time frame, with you, and we are here to do something. I'm not just here to be on Instagram, be on YouTube, going to clubs, going to bars. That's okay. If you like doing those things, keep doing that. If it brings you joy and it makes you feel loved, do that. But that is not for me. I want to live a higher purpose, a higher filled life. I want to give myself to the divine. I want to be one with as many people as I can, because really the only separation exists up here. I love you guys. This has been Antonio Armas. If you love these driving car videos, or if you want more talking head videos, let me know, please. I'm trying to build my audience. I want to build a community. I want more people like-minded with the ideas that I spoke about before. If this resonates with you, please share it to somebody else, like and comment. I'll see y'all soon. Peace and love.